30-year-old man from Hyderabad who was allegedly forced to join the Russian army after falling prey to a job fraud was killed in the country's ongoing war with Ukraine. The kin of the deceased, identified as Mohammad Afsan, reached out to AIMIM chief and Hyderabad MP Assaruddin Owaisi, seeking assistance in bringing him back from Russia. However, when Owaisi contacted the Indian embassy in Moscow, officials confirmed that Afsan is died. Afsan is survived by his wife and 2 children. Reacting to the incident, the Indian embassy in Moscow said that authorities are in touch with Afsan's families to send his mortal remains back to India. Now, actually, what had happened to Mohammad Afsan?
ये बाबा ब्लॉग्स के जरिए गए थे ये लोग जी। ये टोटल 36 लोग थे जी, जिसमें ये जो है बैच के थ्रू गए। जो फर्स्ट बैच गया था वो असफान, जहूर और अरबाब का था। असफान हैदराबाद से, जहूर जो है कश्मीर से थे, अरबाब जो है यूपी से थे। एजेंट्स बोल रहे वो जिंदा है, एम्बेसी बोल रही है कि वो एक्सपायर है, लेकिन एजेंट्स इतनी कॉन्फिडेंस बोल रहे थे वो है और हम उसको पीर मंगल पे बात करेंगे।
Afsan, along with several others, was allegedly misled by deceptive agents who recruited them as helpers to assist the Russian army in the war. However, this isn't the first case where an Indian had lost their life amid the Russian-Ukraine conflict. The news comes weeks after a 23-year-old man from Gujarat who was working as helper in Russian army died amid the war. The man, identified as Hamil Mangukia from Surat, had applied for a job in Russia through an online advertisement and reached Moscow from Chennai. He was then recruited as an assistant in the Russian army. Mangukia was killed in an airstrike by Ukraine on February 21st near the Russian-Ukrainian border. What is Indian government doing in it? Several Indians have been duped into working as security helpers in the Russian military, with media reports indicating that some are being forced to fight the Ukrainian soldiers in border areas. The Ministry of External Affairs also responded on this issue and said that the government is trying their best for an early discharge of these Indian internationals who are working as a support staff for the Russian army.
Several Indian nationals have been duped to work with the Russian army. We have strongly taken up the matter with the Russian government for early discharge of such Indian nationals.
As per the MEA, around 20 Indian nationals were working as a support staff for the Russian military, and it was clarified that inaccurate reports about Indians seeking help for discharge had been circulated in media. Now a video is circulating on social media where 7 young men from Punjab and Haryana have made an urgent plea for assistance, claiming that they were deceived into military service in Russia and have been deployed to take part in the conflict in Ukraine.
सब साथी रशिया घूमने के लिए आए थे नवे साल पर, और हमें यहाँ पर एक एजेंट मिला। उसने हमें यहाँ पर घुमाया फिराया रशिया में, और वो बाद में हमें बोला कि मैं आप सबको बेलारूस के लिए ले चलता हूँ, और वो हमें बेलारूस लेकर चला गया। हमें इस बात का नहीं पता था वहाँ पर वीज़ा की ज़रूरत होती है। वो हमें ऐसे ही लेकर चला गया और वहाँ जाकर हमसे वो पैसे मांगने लगा। उसने हमको ना वहीं पर बेलारूस हाईवे पर छोड़ दिया, और वहाँ फिर हमको पुलिस ने पकड़ लिया। पुलिस ने पकड़कर रशिया आर्मी को दे दिया। हमें हमारे आगे शर्त रखी, या तो आप सबको 10 साल की जेल होगी या फिर हमारे साथ एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइन कर लो। और उसके बाद उन्होंने हमें ट्रेनिंग सेंटर पे डाल दिया। वहाँ हमें जाके पता चला भी हमारे साथ धोखा हुआ है। उन्होंने हमें आर्मी में भर्ती कर लिया है।
The men are seen wearing military caps and winter jackets, skull caps in a dimly lit room. There are several other videos with similar claims where Indians are out there on Russian front line, risking their lives with zero experience of arms and ammunitions. Now coming back to Mohammad Afsan's case, his family points out finger on a YouTuber named Baba Vlogs. According to reports, he allegedly lured several Indian men to Russia, promising them roles in the Russian army in the non-combat roles. However, many of them were later pressed into the war. In the video uploaded on September 2023, Faisal Khan promised his viewer that apart from the hefty salary, those joining the Russian army will get a government card. This will help them to get a permanent residency in Russia. But reality turned out to be far from what was claimed. Well, DNA also tried to establish a contact with Baba Vlogs, but it went unresponsive. Their Instagram handle is also not available. If you are also wondering who would work in a war-torn country even if jobs are available on the safer areas of the country, well, you should check out the YouTubers' comment section. The desperation of Indian youth to work overseas, earn in foreign currency, is on another level. On one hand, movies like Donkey are trying its best to debunk such job scams, foreign dreams. Do you think trusting a vlogger with your life is worthy?